Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, that beautiful reminder that we get to choose what things mean. In terms of this morning, it's that way. You know why? Because I choose to make it so. The same way that you can make it so for anything that you're going through. Remember, everything is fundamentally meaningless. Everything just is. Write that in your notes right now. Everything just is. Nothing is good or bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. And what's beautiful is when you lock into that power and use it to give meaning for that which is good. Because remember, there's good and bad in everything. It's how you look at it that's going to determine whether or not it's good or bad. But with that being said, when you use it to look for the good, that's what comes to you. And you know what's really great about this is you can use this for anything, no matter what you're going through, no matter what circumstance is happening right now. You want more money to come into your life? You know what? Look for the good in everything to where you are attracted to money, where money's attracted to you. There's this beautiful gem here from Secret of the Ages that I was browsing at before this study call. And he says here in the Master Your Fate chapter, he says, if you need money, all you have to do is send up your vibrations to a strong, courageous receiving station, and someone who can meet your needs will be attracted to you or you to him. See, now what is that? That's you deciding what you're going to give attention to, what you're going to give energy to. Remember, whatever that is, that's what you're going to see, no matter what it is, good or bad. And again, the whole point is you're the one who gets to choose that for you in your life. Again, another beautiful gem that comes from Secret of the Ages is, remember how he talks about the secret of all power, all success, all riches is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth, of supply. We must build it in our own mind first. See, that's what's got to happen in you. And it starts all with the agency that you have, which is your greatest power, your ability to choose. So choose wisely, Padawan, right? Choose wisely. All right, so here in this wonderful daily study, we've been studying this beautiful gem, the Master Key System. If you don't have a copy of it, make sure you get a copy of it. And then when you do get your copy, don't keep it nice and clean. Underline, highlight, take notes. Remember, when you write, thinking starts to happen inside of you. Bob Proctor said that frequently. Writing causes you to think. But then most importantly, beyond that, use it. Remember, application, baby. That's where it's at. This information is not going to help you in any way, shape, or form unless you use it. It's not going to help you if you're collecting it, you're reading it, you're memorizing it. No. That's not what works. You must apply. And when you apply, the change happens. Now, also make sure that you have your goal card with you. Go ahead, wave your goal card. Okay, wave it up, wave it in the air like you just don't care, right? Like you do care. Actually, let's change the phrase for that. Now, a reminder with regards to the goal card. Yes, it is a magnificent tool. With that being said, we don't manifest what we write on the goal card. We don't manifest what's on the vision board. We don't manifest even affirmations. What we manifest is how we feel about it. We manifest whether or not manifest this whether or not we are connected to something on the outside. But if we're connected to this here on the inside, if we lock into it, if we love it, that's when it's going to take shape in the outer world. And that's the only way that it's going to happen. It's not going to happen if you look at it as something as intellectual. No, it doesn't work that way. So fall in love with the idea. All right, so let's go to where we are, shall we? Let's dive into this beautiful gem and where we are. And I'll go ahead and switch that over. And we're going to go over what we went over previously, because again, it's really important for you to get. Now, where we are as far as page is concerned, we're on page 296 in this book, part 17. And what's the question here? The question is, what is the true method of concentration. Now, remember, focus is essential if you want to deliver a specific outcome. There's not a single thing in the world you're in right now. Matter of fact, just look at the room you're in right now, the things that were made. There's not a single thing in your room that was made that wouldn't be there if it weren't for someone concentrating. Now, think about that. Someone imagined the very things that you're looking at, and from there, they were loyal to that unseen reality. In other words, they focused. They were one with the idea. They excluded anything that was not in harmony with that. Now, here he's talking about the true method of concentration. And what it is to become so identified with the object of your thought that you are conscious of nothing else. Now, let's think about this for you and the change that you want to make in your life. You want to earn a lot more than what you're earning now? Yes, nod your heads. Yes, that's what you'd love. That's just one thing. There's a lot of other things too. You want to change your lifestyle? It could be that too. You want to travel more. You want to be around more like-minded people. You want to inspire others. Well, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to connect with that. You're going to have to become one with it. Remember, things are not brought into existence by thinking of their opposites. You're never, ever going to be able to accomplish this as an outcome. And in this particular case, we're talking about you magnifying your income, turning your annual income to your monthly income. You're not going to be able to materialize that on the outside if you are emotionally involved with thoughts that are not in harmony with that. And again, the wonderful, simple example that I share with you frequently is this, and you know the answer to this: will you be able to be happy most of the time if your mind is saturated with thoughts that are rooted in sadness and disappointment? What's the answer? No. You're not going to be able to deliver happiness if your mind is connected with sadness. Well, it's the same thing when it comes to wealth, prosperity, abundance, money flowing to and through you in increasing quantities from multiple sources. Isn't that what you would love? Well, in order for that to happen, then that's what you've got to be connected with. That's what you've got to be obsessed with. It's got to be a magnificent obsession. You've got to be in love with it. And again, this is what he's talking about here. To become so identified with the object of your thought that you are conscious of nothing else is the true method of concentration. Now, here you can gauge what's going on in your life. Just look at your results. And by the way, always look at your results as nothing more than feedback. Write this in your notes. My results are feedback. Don't make it personal. Don't make it so that your results are going to determine whether or not you feel good or bad. No, just use them as a measurement to see whether or not you're on track. If the results aren't showing up as you would love them to be, again, don't make it personal. Why? Because those results are happening because of how you've been thinking. You can change how you're thinking. And then from there, lock into how you would love things to be. And then from there, just be loyal to that unseen reality. Become so identified with that object of your thought, how you'd love things to be, that you are conscious of nothing else. See, that's how everything that you enjoy, all these wonderful advances that are here right now, that's how they came to be. Someone was connected with it. They were one with it. And that's what must happen in you in order for you to, again, make the change that you would love to make. Now let's go further. What is the result of this method of concentration? Well, invisible forces are set in motion which irresistibly bring about conditions in correspondence with your thought. So in other words, the how shows up. I want you to all write down in your notes and even type in the comments, how is none of my business. How is none of your business? You've got to lock into how you would love things to be. And then from there, when you're on that frequency, because that's what you're doing, when you are locked into being so identified with an object of whatever that is, you're locked into it. What you're doing is you're entering onto a frequency that's a vibratory state. When you are on that frequency, you hear everything that's in harmony with that frequency. See, your intuition activates. Actually, let me rephrase that. Your intuition is always running. With that being said, the ideas that come to you through your intuition are going to come to you solely based from that. See, that's what the result is. When you concentrate that way, invisible forces are set in motion, which are the ideas that come to you. And by the way, there's other invisible forces we're going to talk about too as well, which irresistibly bring about the conditions in correspondence with your thought. Now, what are the other invisible forces that I'm referring to? Well, remember, when you are on a frequency, you set into motion movement into the ether. And so the other invisible forces that start to activate are things start being attracted to you. People start coming to you that are in harmony with that. People that you didn't even know were there. People that were always there, but the only reason why you didn't see them is because of how you were thinking. You'll start to see ideas that were always there, but now you see them. See, you're attracted to them. Why? Because of that frequency that you locked into. It's amazing. But now, before we go any further, those of you who are watching this live stream on the social media platforms, if this is resonating with you and you'd love to connect with us more and watch the rest of this call along with watching the replays, then go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your